Before I start this video, this hoodie is from my brand, Ski Atlanta. SMS list, email list. Sign up on my website, skiatlanta.com, and get 10% off when we drop. Now, the title might seem a little clickbait. I'm not gonna lie, it is clickbait. But before you click off, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all my story, and I'm gonna tell y'all the one thing you need to be successful. Ever since I was 12 years old is when my dad gave me a bear brick. If y'all know what a bear brick is, they were popping at the time. And I sold my first bear brick, my first thing ever, on eBay for $350. And that introduced me to entrepreneurship, business, honestly, just making money in general, period. Since I'm 12, well, since being 12, I'm 16 now. Through those 4 years, which might not seem like a lot, but come on, I went through puberty, guys. Cut me some slack. Okay, that's a long time for a teenager, bro. But anyways, through those 4 years, I tried to learn a lot of things. Like I tried to learn day trading, stocks, crypto mining, crypto, normal, reselling, clothing brand, e-commerce, drop shipping, all those too. I literally name some form of business. I promise you I tried it. Sports betting, I gave a lot of money in courses, but you realize what you're good at because everybody's good at something, right? And what I realized I'm good at was reselling and clothes. The main thing I've been doing since I was 12, I've been reselling since 12 years old. Unlike the other businesses I was doing, reselling was always a constant in my life, okay? Freshman year, I'm a junior now, I made a clothing brand called Dawn Studios. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you could call it a clothing brand because it was just a print-on-demand store. I just logged into Printify, threw my design on there, put Dawn Studios on there, and I tried to sell it for $40, and I got clowned at school, rightfully so, and I spent $50 for Instagram to boost my post. I got 10 likes and about 3 comments telling me my shirts were trash. Fast forward to junior year, I was just reselling, making money. Sophomore year, I lost all my money, but that's a story for another video. Coming now, been through a lot, business and non-business. But that's when I realized I should make a new clothing brand this time with more experience. And that's when I made Ski Atlanta. Now, this is going to be the hoodie for my second drop. I don't want to show you all my first drop. It's trash. This is what I sold my first drop. Okay. This very generic looking beanie, if I'm going to be very honest with y'all. I sold this for 15 bucks. I bought 100 of these and I only sold 3. I'm lying. I got rid of 3. I only sold 1. Worse than that, I lost about $1,000. Basically at rock bottom again. If I didn't have my Palm Angels bulk order to build me back up, I would have been done. I was extremely lucky this time. But come around second drop, I might look crazy because this drop's going to be even more expensive, like $1,500 instead of the last drop's $1,000. And I'm still going. Most people would have quit the first drop. Like, you lost so much money. Clearly, this is not your thing, right? But to the people that say that, I'm going to tell you this. When has anything good worked out the first try? Literally any aspect of life. Nothing good or meaningful came first try. Even like in social things like relationships. Most people, they're not finding their true love the first relationship. And going through this clothing brand, and basically what I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna cut to the chase. The one thing you gotta do, you gotta be so relentless. No matter what gets thrown at you, no matter how much failure looks ahead on the road, you gotta be relentless. You gotta run head first into whatever you want. Fuck the clothing brand idea. Anything you want to do. You want to day trade? Be relentless. You want to make a clothing brand? Be relentless. You want to drop ship? Fine. Be fucking relentless. You can never give up no matter what. Don't even think about giving up. Because I won't lie. Recently on my second drop, I'm facing even more adversity than my first drop. Because the first drop, you're in that honeymoon stage with your business. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go crazy, I'm gonna go stupid. This second drop, this is the real shit right here, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been going through a lot of shit, bro. Like, first of all, I'm failing a class bad. I left the relationship and it's just been so messy. I fucking Lost 3 pairs of shoes at Black Friday yesterday. It's been rough. Like, even more shit. I don't want to get too personal, but other stuff has been happening. But still, you gotta get up. You gotta be relentless. You gotta stay promoting your brand. You gotta stay trying to day trade. Fuck. If you want a sports bet, you gotta keep sports betting. All right, I'm not giving out gambling advice. Ignore that part. But yeah, you gotta be relentless because today I woke up a little later. I woke up at 10:30. Normally I try to wake up at 7 or 8. And I was just thinking to myself, man, I lost so much money yesterday. But then I got up, you know, ate some food, scroll some TikTok. I'm a doom scroller. But then I got up and I was like, you got to be relentless because the world does not care how much adversity you're facing. The world does not care about your struggle. The internet does not care about how much you're facing behind the scenes, bro. So even though I lost a shit ton of money, even though my ex is talking bullshit, even though my ex is with a child dude she said she would never mess with, I lost hella money, low views. It's looking down. It looks like it's not working. But you got to tell yourself, are you going to be a quitter? I know you hear this all the time. If you're watching my videos, I promise you watch other videos like this, and they're always telling you, oh, do you want to sound like everybody else? They always say this shit. Listen, fuck them people. Fuck them. They're always, I promise you, you go in their bio, they're trying to sell you a link. They're trying to sell you some bullshit motivational course, and they can teach you how to get rich. I'm not selling you shit. I'm not selling you anything. But I'm telling you, personal experience, I relate with you more because I haven't made it yet. I haven't made it. I'm gonna show y'all right here. This is only about like 1/10. This whole box. A whole bunch of fucking beanies I did not sell. You know how much it hurt to look at that on drop day? Barely sell any. And I gotta look at that for months now. And I gotta look at that for my next drop. And I gotta look at that and even think I'm gonna be successful. But you know what? I tell myself, yes, it's gonna work out. As long as I'm relentless. As long as I'm relentless, you gotta know what you're doing, but you also gotta be relentless. Because even if you know what you're doing, if you are not relentless and you're not going at it every day, you won't get shit. You can walk into something blind, and as long as you're relentless, you'll see more success than the guy who's not relentless. And I keep using that word because that is really the one thing every entrepreneur needs. Not clothing brand owner. Clothing brand owners need it too, but entrepreneurs in general, you need to be so goddamn relentless, bro. Because you will get 0 views when you post. Yes, you'll get low views. It'll look like nobody wants your shit. Like it'll look like you're failing. You can't win if you are never failing. You can't appreciate being on top if you've never been on the bottom. Wait, okay, that's a little weird, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if you just go straight to success, what's the point? And I mean, that might sound like a dumb statement because I'm very privileged. I'm not gonna lie. If my clothing brand fails, yeah, I lose all my money. I still get free food. I still get free clothes on my back. I can live for free if I want to. I'm privileged. You know what I mean? I'm still a teenager. I'm still in my parents' house. But I know a lot of y'all aren't like that. And a lot of y'all don't have the privilege I do. So to a lot of y'all, it's like, yes, I want to go straight to success. But I'll tell you this. Even if you get to the money, you get to the fame, you get to whatever goal you want to achieve, you won't know how to handle it if you haven't been on the opposite side. Like if you're gonna be ignorant, you're not gonna have that discipline. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be relentless because failure is one step to success. And you gotta be relentless throughout the tough times. So when you get to the good part, you appreciate it and it pays off. Okay? Because yeah, it fucking hurt me getting one sale. And that was after a week after drop. Okay? I was getting 2 million views and only one of them wanted to buy. My SMS list messed up. I didn't check my back end. Why should I give up after my first drop? I learned so many lessons and I'm just going to put them away so I can keep reselling other people's brands. Because I'm going to be honest, reselling is not a real business. Yeah, it's cool if you want to make some spending cash or you have nothing, you want to make some money, but that is not a real way to scale and make money and be entrepreneurial. If how could I put it? Yeah, that's not how you set yourself for life. That's not finding a business. That's the easy way, because easy money is not sustainable money. Okay, and yeah, it really hurt me. I stayed in the same niche of clothes, but when you go from just clothes flying off the rack by just putting them on eBay and shit, and you go to this, having to market your own clothes, having to literally post 3 times a day, like literally today. I told y'all this. I woke up like 2 hours later than normal. I literally wasn't gonna do shit today. I was just gonna eat, play Minecraft, chill. Nothing wrong with playing Minecraft. I play Minecraft every fucking day. But yeah, I was just gonna chill and feel sorry for myself. But I mean, shit, I'm gonna play some Minecraft later. Don't get it twisted. I'm gonna play some Minecraft later today. But listen, before I did that, what time is it right now? It's 2:16. Okay, I ate my food, I showered, I did all that shit. Okay, and then it was 12:30 at that time. You know what I did? I started making videos. I made 9 videos, bro. I made 9 videos, and I'm posting 3 videos a day. I put 3 videos a day every fucking day. You have to be so relentless, and I'm not posting cheap garbage, by the way. This is content I'm making, I'm putting thought into. Like, you got to be so relentless. You got to struggle, because the only thing people see about entrepreneurs is the payoff, the money, the cars, and the sales, and all that shit. But you got to realize there's a reason why most people work normal jobs. There's a reason why most people aren't entrepreneurs. If being an entrepreneur is easy, everybody would do this shit. There's such a good payoff. But they don't see all the work behind the scenes. They don't see the late nights when you're tired and you have all these things on your plate and you just want to give up, but you still gotta show up and post every fucking day. You still gotta fucking put thought into your design. You gotta spend your own goddamn money, not knowing if you're gonna get a payoff. And I'm not gonna say this shit and be like, you know what? You gotta take that risk because you're gonna make the money back. No, to be fucking honest, you might lose all your money. That's what happened last drop. But you know what you gotta do? If you lose all your fucking money, you gotta keep working. You gotta go at it again. Obviously, you gotta learn your lessons. You gotta learn from your mistakes. You gotta hone in. You gotta start doing things right. But why the fuck would you give up? Why give up? If I could have, my last job could have flopped, and I could have been like, oh, this clothing brand thing is not for me, bro. I need to make agency or some shit instead because I got 2 million views. And I told myself, fuck that. Because to be honest, I don't want to do that bullshit. I want to make clothes. I want to be a clothing brand owner. So instead of feeling sorry for myself, I looked at myself in the mirror. I was very honest with myself. Like, man, look at this fucking beanie. This shit is trash. This is trash. You gotta lock in, bro. You gotta lock in. You gotta make a better design because I looked at my clothing brand from a customer perspective. And if I was a customer, I'm not buying that shit, bro. I'm not buying that bullshit if I'm being very honest with you. So instead of looking from I want to make money standpoint, I looked at it from a more artistic standpoint, a true love for clothes. And I told myself, what do I wear? And what is something better than what I wear, but in the same niche? What is something that me as a buyer would want to spend my hard earned money on? And I got in the lab, I put in the work, spent $250 for this fucking sample. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, that shit hurt me. Because guess what, bro? I'm a rep demon. You don't realize the amount of reps you would get for 250 fucking dollars. Okay, and I just left my brand new forces, 2 other pairs of shoes at Lenox Mall. Okay, and yeah, I left them alone for 5 minutes, but Lenox Mall, Black Friday, that shit is gone, bro. That shit is took. Okay, that shit, I didn't even go check because I know that shit's gone. But you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I go through adversity every day. Even as a minority, I go through adversity every goddamn day. Everybody goes through adversity, bro. Like, you face challenges every day. But you gotta be relentless. You gotta take the adversity. You gotta keep working. Because I promise you, if you stay relentless for a few months to a year, it's all gonna pay off, bro. And I know I said this shit might not pay off, but if you just keep working at it long enough, you are bound to succeed. Why give up? You put in so much work now. Why give up? You know what I mean? And if you didn't put any work in yet, start putting the work in. Because imagine looking at yourself a year from now and you just did nothing, doing the same old thing, in the same old city, doing the same old shit, in the same position we were last year. Why? Why? Why do you want to do that? I know you don't want to do that. You got to be relentless. And I'm not saying like, oh, you're weak if you fail. No, this is hard. I thought about quitting. I did quit. I did quit for for like 48 hours. I quit, but still, I quit. I quit in my mind. I quit. You know what I mean? I quit day trading. I quit all these things, bro. But then I looked at myself. I was like, do I want to resell clothes for the rest of my life? No. I want to do something real with my life. So I put on my laptop and I got to fucking work. Okay. And now my plan is to post 3 videos a day for at least 2 fucking months. Okay. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna be fucking relentless because I can't give up. You can't give up. I put all this time and work in all my life. I put all this work in. I'm trying to be somebody. Why give up now? All the work I put in. You know. So I want you to look at yourself and tell yourself to stay relentless. No matter how much adversity, no matter how many problems you face in your entrepreneurial journey or just your normal life, no matter how many problems you face, you just got to keep at it. You just got to keep working. You just got to stay relentless and you got to stay locked in anything, health journey, money, social life, whatever. You got to stay relentless because what do you get out of quitting? Boom! Shit hard.